Yo, yo. All right, good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Thumbs up in the air, thumbs up in the air. All right. This is a little unusual for all of us right now because we're doing this virtually. And I feel like most of us, I feel like we thrive off of each other's energy. And right now we're just looking at faces and it's a little silent, but it's all good. We're here to have a good time, right? You're right, right? We're here for a good time. We're not here for a long time. So let's have a good time, right? Alrighty, so honestly, guys, I want to welcome you all to the first annual virtual block party. This is actually really exciting. It's organized by the Black Physicians Association of Ontario, and it's to celebrate literally you guys, the remarkable achievements of Black Canadians in medicine. So first and foremost, just give yourselves a round of applause. Come on, big up yourselves now. Big up yourselves now. All right, so this is so exciting. I'm happy that I can be your host today. I know some of you may know me, some of you may not, but my name is Brandon Gomez. I'm a reporter and anchor on CP24, Toronto's #1 breaking news. Anybody here watch CP24? All right, we got to catch some more viewers out here because not enough hands went in the air. Anybody here watch CP24? Awesome, that's what I'm talking about. And you know what? Many of you may know I'm born in Toronto, raised in Brampton, but it don't matter where you are in Canada. We love you. So I want to know who's out from the West Coast. Anybody from the West Coast? Put your hands in the air. All right, we got some West Coast. Anybody from the prairies? Nobody from the prairies. That's okay. Ontario, Quebec. Anybody from Ontario, Quebec? Put your hands in the air. And what about Atlantic Canada? Where's my Atlantic Canadians at? Okay, there we go. We got a few of you guys in the house. You know, this past couple of months, no doubt, I think we can all agree has kind of been a whirlwind for everybody. We've been dealing with COVID-19. I know you guys are going to be on the front lines dealing with that relatively soon, but also the racial pandemic that's been happening. I've been calling it two pandemics. There's the COVID-19 pandemic, but there's also the racial pandemic. And that's where there's kind of been a reckoning in the world. We've all known what's been happening, but a lot of people have kind of had their blinders on for quite some time. And now we're removing those blinders. We're telling people you have to remove the blinders. We're no longer asking them to do so. We're telling them that they have to do so because what has been happening for far too long has been unjust. And it's time that we actually see proper equality, right? Not just on words. We're now talking about action, actionable items. And we do have to recognize, you know, I'm a young Black man. I see other young Black men here. I see young Black women on this chat as well. And far too often, what happens with law enforcement and Black people is just not okay. It's unjust, and it's time that that comes to an end. So we've been witnessing something that's pretty profound, not just in our relationship with law enforcement, but in every single industry. I work in media, and I can tell you this, every single media company has been called out for their lack of representation, how they treat people of color behind the scenes, and who they're putting on the screens, because we know that representation matters. But it's not just in media, it's also in the medical fields as well. You guys all know this already. I don't even have to tell you, you guys are the experts. I come to you for the interviews, to be quite honest. But you guys know when there's a lack of representation in medicine, it means that patients, people of color, sometimes diagnosis can go unnoticed, certain symptoms can go out unnoticed, and certain things that primarily affect people of color go unnoticed, and that has to come to an end. So I applaud you guys for the hard work that you guys have been doing. I am so, so, so proud. I'll be honest, when I first saw that post by the association in terms of the record number of Black students enrolled into med school, I just was like, yo, I gotta put this on social media. We gotta big up all of you guys because that is amazing. You guys are reaching to the most upper echelon of society. So keep going. You guys have supporters and I'm one of them. So I just wanted to give you guys another round of applause, seriously. All right, we do have a few housekeeping things that we gotta talk about because this is a very positive space. And I know everybody here is gonna stay positive, but we do have to remind everyone, we're not gonna tolerate no racist banter. We're not gonna tolerate any homophobia. No misogynistic comments are tolerated in this chat. If it is noticed, do know that organizers are gonna promptly kick you out and ban you. That ain't gonna happen, so we're just gonna keep it moving, all right? We also wanna talk about that we wanna have some fun. Like there's a lot of folks on this call right now, on this Zoom chat. And so we want you to take social media pictures. I mean, this is pretty cool. It's different. And I think we should actually share this with as many people as possible so they can see this Black excellence in action right now. So if you do take a photo or a screenshot highlighting all your beautiful faces, please post to social media and use that hashtag #CelebrateBlackMed. Hashtag #CelebrateBlackMed. And tag your boy because I'm going to be resharing all of your photos because, again, this is something that we are going to celebrate. Everybody's going to hear about this. So let's get the party started. First off, we have Dr. Ani Noram. She is the president of the BPAO. Please give her a round of applause right now as she comes and greets you all.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Ani Noram, and I'm the president of the Black Physicians Association of Ontario. Welcome to our first ever block party celebrating Black medical trainees from across Canada who are entering medicine, graduating from medicine, or completing residency this summer at Canadian medical schools. Congratulations to you all. At the BPAO, we knew we had to celebrate once we heard that we had a historic number of Black medical students entering medicine. As many of you know, we as Black people have been historically underrepresented in the field of medicine in Canada. So when we heard that there were 45 Black medical students that we know of so far, we said, okay, we need to have a party. So before I address the medical trainees and students, first I want to give acknowledgements and give gratitude. There is a Bantu term called Ubuntu, which is I am because we are. So we must give gratitude to those who paved the way. Let us honor those who came before us and essentially who are our village. So let us first reflect on where each of us is located on Indigenous lands and reflect on the original keepers of this land. And then use that lens to then reflect on our own ancestors and having gratitude for them all, because it is because of all of them that we are all able to be here. For BPAO specifically, we have many founders, but in particular, I want to give credit to the late, great Dr. Miriam Rossi, who led the way and mentored many of us who are leaders in the BPAO today. We also thank our physician and non-physician founders, our supporters, our allies, and the BPAO Advisory Committee. And of course, we have to must recognize Ike Okafor, who created and established the Community of Support program, which makes it possible for Black youth to position themselves on an equitable pathway to medicine, and his leadership in the Black Student Application Program. The historic number of Black medical students getting into medicine today are largely because of your phenomenal work, Ike. So we see you, we salute you. Specifically this summer, we also want to give thanks to those who have been working frontline, saving lives during this pandemic, and to those who have been frontline during the summer uprisings to protest the impacts of anti-Black racism. We salute you. Now, to the incoming Black medical students, graduating students, and residents going into practice, congratulations. I'm so excited. What? We want to also thank you and show gratitude because you folks are giving us a glimmer of hope, a sign of positive change, and we are so proud of you. Medicine is not easy, and trust me, being Black in medicine is not easy, but you've come this far, and so we know that you are the top of the top, and you're gonna soar. So, hopefully this event is showing you that you are not alone, that you got this, that we got you, that your family and friends are behind you, and you've got a whole village supporting you. Your hard work is paying off, and we can't wait to see and learn all of the amazing things you will do. So welcome, because medicine is a calling, it is a privilege and a duty, and it is an honor to serve all of society with you. We salute you, and may our ancestors be with you. Now, I have to end with gratitude as well, because I have to give credit to all of those who made today possible. I'd like to acknowledge the BPAO Board of Directors with a special shout out to Dr. Jola Umole, who led this initiative. Also members of BMSA Canada, BMSA U of T, the Race, Health, and Happiness podcast, and everybody who was part of Jola's organizing team. Thank you to all our sponsors, all our speakers, our DJ, our allies, and all of you for tuning in to celebrate with us. On behalf of the BPAO, we are so grateful. Personally, many of you know that I am half Nigerian, half Trinidadian. So I personally just want to say that the Nigerian side of me is jubilating, so excited about today. And then the Trini side, oh gosh, I is ready to lime. Are you ready? Because I was born ready. I am so excited about today. So congratulations to you, our learners. Congratulations to your families and everyone around Canada and even around the world who made this historic moment possible. Thank you and enjoy.
All right, let's give it up for Dr. Noram. She put it out there. She's Nigerian and Trini mix. That's a dangerous mix. Any other Trinis in the house? Okay, Dr. Noram riding solo. Any other Nigerians in the house? Okay. Oh, don't mess with the Nigerians, I tell you. All right, so we definitely want to give her a round of applause, but we also want to take a few serious moments right now because we as racialized people know that we also have to acknowledge other racialized people and the struggles they have gone through as well. And we also have to acknowledge that we are settlers on the land of which we live right now. And we occupy indigenous lands. So to give the land acknowledgement, we have Dr. Lisa Robinson. She's an amazing pediatric doctor and a researcher at the Dean, and she's also Dean of the Office of Inclusion and Diversity at the University of Toronto. And she's an all-around, she's not even a boss, she's a boss, right? Everybody know her, she's a boss, right? Yeah, you don't know her like that, eh? Well, you're about to, I see that now. All right, let's give it up for Dr. Robinson right now.
I wish to acknowledge this land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it's been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and most recently, the Mississaugas of the Credit River. Today, this meeting place is still the home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and I'm grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. I'd like to take a moment to reflect on why this land acknowledgement is important to engage with before we begin this event. A land acknowledgement contributes to decolonization and reconciliation by respectfully recognizing Indigenous inhabitants of this land, and by naming that the land was not empty when Europeans first arrived on Turtle Island. In addressing the Canadian Medical Association inaugural Health Summit in 2018, Dr. Alika Lafontaine said, Treaty peoples aren't necessarily patients plus, despite people's perceptions. They're usually patients minus. What we're really fighting for is patients equal. And in 2019, the True North Aid report reported that the average life expectancy for Indigenous people is 8 years lower than for other Canadians. And the gap is particularly wide among Inuit populations. And it's been reported that in northern communities, 31% of Indigenous people have a regular doctor as compared to 67% of non-Indigenous northern residents. And it's been estimated that in Canada, less than 1% of physicians are Indigenous compared to 5% of the overall population in Canada. The final report of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission called upon governments to act towards increasing the number of Indigenous healthcare workers and ensuring the retention of Indigenous healthcare providers in Indigenous communities. This must be a priority for all medical schools in Canada. As current and future healthcare providers, as settlers and treaty people, we must all ask ourselves what steps we will take to bring the disruptive change and the concrete action that's needed to move towards decolonization and reconciliation.
Alrighty, thank you, Dr. Robinson. Of course, we all know it is so important that we don't just acknowledge the land that we stand on, but that it is reflected in our work. And just a personal story for myself. I don't know if many of you know, but when I started my career, I had to go to Timbuktu, BC. Okay, there's no actual town called Timbuktu, BC, but it was northern BC, and it was a town called Smithers. Has anybody ever heard of Smithers, BC? No, neither did I when I went there. It's a population 5,000, Black population 1. I was the only one once I got there. It was a lot, it was hard, but the one thing that I loved the most is that I got to learn and immerse myself in an Indigenous culture, because if you grew up in the GTA, and I know many of you have, we don't know of any reserves nearby. You can't drive to a reserve. Indigenous culture is barely in our history books. You think about it as some, people who live in far off reserves in Northern Ontario or somewhere out west in Western Canada. But, Indigenous people, they have such a storied history in this country that we as Black people, as we rise, I always try to say this, we as a collective have to make sure we bring everybody up with us. And that's why some people get a little bit, let's say, iffy or sticky once we start calling for what needs to be done, because they know it's not just, we're not selfish people, right? When we're calling for actionable change, we're calling for actionable change for everyone. And when I can tell you that Indigenous people have lived a similar type of experience to our own lived experiences, it's fascinating. So I just hope as you guys continue on your journey, don't forget that segment of the population, because no doubt they look up to us. So I'm glad we were able to get that done, but we also want to talk about the Dean's address. And I want to introduce you to Dean Trevor Young. Dean Young is the Dean of the Medical School at the University of Toronto, and he will be speaking on behalf of all the deans across the country. So please help me in welcoming Dean Trevor Young.
Hello, my name is Trevor Young, and I have the honor of serving as the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine at University of Toronto. It's my pleasure to speak today as a representative for Deans of Medicine across Canada at this important event that celebrates the success of Black Canadians in our programs. Thank you to the Black Physicians Association of Ontario, the BPAO, for hosting this virtual block party. I believe the success of Black Canadians in medicine is vitally important, both to our profession and to Canadian society more broadly. There are too many examples of where a lack of diversity in medicine has created blind spots that weakens care for all Canadians and perpetuates systemic racism in all of its ugly forms. This is why one reason why we established the Black Student Application Program at U of T. We modeled it on a similar program we established a number of years ago for Indigenous students. The idea behind both wasn't to establish quotas or to bend the admission standards for Black and Indigenous students. It was to provide a culturally competent admissions pathway. We've been fortunate to have the support of BPAO, the Black Medical Students Association at the University of Toronto, and members of Black communities across Greater Toronto who informed this work. Since we launched the BSAP, we've seen the number of Black students admitted to our MD program increase remarkably. We've done that without changing our admission criteria, but by better understanding the experience of Black Canadians by engaging our Black communities in our admissions process. We didn't choose between excellence and diversity, as some critics like to suggest. We are in fact achieving excellence because of diversity. While I'm glad to see the number of Black students increase in our medical schools across Canada, we must also ensure we're providing a culturally safe environment in which to learn. This needs to occur both on campus and in our hospital learning environments. We cannot invite Black and Indigenous students to study medicine only to have them face racist acts, microaggressions, and harassment. This is a responsibility that I and my colleagues across Canada take very seriously, and we know that there is much more work to do. I'm glad that we have events like this, which build a sense of community and a point of connection for Black medical students across the country. I'm glad for the recent establishment of the Black Medical Students Association of Canada and thankful for the support of our learners from Black physicians, including those through organizations like the BPAO. I'm sure I can speak for my fellow deans when I say that your leadership, advocacy, and mentorship are seen and are valued. This is a time to celebrate. So to those joining medical schools today, welcome. You are about to begin a remarkable journey. I have to tell you, it won't always be easy, but rest assured that there will be many people around to support you, and ultimately the experiences you will have will be rewarding. To those graduating from medical school this year or completing their residency training, congratulations. You now get to enter the next phase of your careers and begin the work that you have long trained for. I encourage you to stay connected, be there for the next generations of medical trainees who will follow in your shoes, just as leaders from organizations like BPAO have done for you now. And to the family and friends who might be attending this event, thank you for the support that you have provided that has helped your loved ones reach this incredible moment in their lives. Enjoy today, and to the students starting classes at U of T, I look forward to meeting you soon, which may be online for the next little while. Thank you.
Alrighty, thank you, Dean Young. And speaking of U of T, I'm told, and I think we all know this, that the largest group of Black medical students will be starting in the next few weeks, right? So if you're going to U of T, can I see you, can I just see you raise your hand right now? All right, so when you walk down those hallways, I want y'all to walk with your head held high, okay? You better strut down those hallways like you know you belong there. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody tries to say anything, you give me a call. I'll bring the camera. We got you. All right, but we also know, and we talk about it all the time, that yes, we need to have more Black doctors. And some people, and you know who those people are, they question, why is that important? And we can go on and tell you why that is and why we don't hear it from some people. But we also have a special presentation in terms of someone who experienced it firsthand. Watch this.
I met Dr. Anna Jarvis many years ago. She has left a profound impact on me, one that I will not forget. I met Dr. Anna Jarvis at the Hospital of Sick Kids when my son had an accident. He accidentally swallowed a loony. I was so afraid. I was scared. And at the time of the accident, I was at class doing my undergrad studies at the University of Toronto. I was in my sociology class, and I remember getting a call that I should rush down to Sick Kids because my son was taken there. When I arrived at Sick Kids, they were preparing my son to do some x-rays, and I was waiting in the room to speak to the doctor. All my emotions were bubbling, and lo and behold, there arrived the amazing Dr. Anna Jarvis. And on impact, she could see that I was trembling. And she said, your son will be okay. And you're going to be okay. And I looked at her and I was like, oh my God, is she a doctor or she's an angel or something? Because she could see right through me. And, and just her comforting words are words of compassion. And looking back now, I can say she wears this empathetic radar, not just treating my son with her clinical skill of being a doctor, but just the well-roundedness of her approach and looking at the social aspect with me being a young mother and a new immigrant, and I was telling her, I've recently, migrated to this country and so on, and doing my undergrad studies at the University of Toronto. And she encouraged me the next day to return to class and not to worry because the coin passed my son vital organs. Dr. Jarvis, the impact she had on me, she told me to, go back to class and get this degree done. And I'm the first in my family to pursue any form of university degree. And at the time I had my own fears. Will I finish this thing? And knowing that the encouragement came from, a Black physician, one that is, working in a main hospital at the Hospital of Sick Kids. And she encouraged me. That was enough fuel in the fire for me to keep pursuing. And she told me to get in touch with her when I completed the degree. And I did just that. And I remember when I finished the degree and couldn't find a job, I emailed Dr. Jarvis and I went to go and speak with her. And she was, she congratulated me at the same time. The reality as being a mature student at the time and without no work experience, I couldn't find a job. And here comes Dr. Jarvis again. I called her my amazing person because she hired me at the time to coordinate a program with a medical student. And the program was called the Summer Mentorship Program, run at the Faculty of Medicine at the University of Toronto. And it was successful at the time. And afterwards, she hired me on contract when she was the Associate Dean of Health Professions in the Office of Student Affairs. Dr. Jarvis is just an amazing doctor. Her cultural competency as a Black physician, not just her clinical abilities, but she looked beyond that and she looked at the social aspect with me being a young immigrant woman. And she also treated me at the time in an indirect way by encouraging me to pursue my education and all that. So she wears an empathetic radar. It had an impact on me. And so I just want to highlight Dr. Jarvis for being that amazing doctor and an amazing human being. And for, as a Black professional, a Black doctor in Toronto and in Ontario, her leadership in her field, in her professional role has made an impact on me as, just an average person at the time, but looking beyond the scope of things. I thank her for wearing that empathetic radar. I thank her for that cultural competency. I thank her for looking beyond the clinical, but that well-roundedness approach, and for being a mentor to me until today. She didn't hesitate to write a professional reference for me to go on and pursue my master's degree at OISE and today to be a PhD candidate. And so, Dr. Anna Jarvis, I thank you so much.
All right, that was Miss Joan. Wasn't that not inspiring? Are you feeling inspired right now? I kind of feel like I'm a preacher at the pulpit and it's not even Sunday morning. Alrighty, that's going to be a tough act to follow, but thank goodness we have our keynote speaker. And I'm sure you guys all know who I'm about to introduce to you right now, Dr. Hushay Blackstock. And if you don't know who she is, please pay attention, because Dr. Blackstock is a board certified emergency physician and founder and CEO of Advancing Health Equity. She has been tirelessly fighting against the racism and inequalities of being Black in academia. And she is here to give you guys a message that I promise you is going to move you. So please, I know we can't all hear each other, but give a huge round of applause to Dr. Blackstock.
Hello, everyone. I'm honored and grateful to be asked to speak on this special occasion. I'm Dr. Uche Blackstock. I'm an emergency medicine physician. I'm also the founder and CEO of Advancing Health Equity. The mission of my organization is to work with healthcare and related organizations to close the gap in racialized health inequities. I originally founded Advancing Health Equity last year, prior to the coronavirus crisis, but the crisis has reaffirmed my reasons for starting the organization. First, I would like to share with you a little bit about myself. For many of us, we have our own stories of why we're doing the work that we do. This is my story. I would like to tell you about my mother, my inspiration for this work. She's one of 6 siblings born to a single mother and raised in poverty in Brooklyn, New York. As a child, she had developed a love of science and became the first person in her family to graduate from college. During college, she was encouraged by a chemistry professor to apply to medical school, something she had never considered. However, in the fall of 1972, she matriculated early decision at Harvard Medical School. At times, she struggled with her coursework and doubted her own abilities. Some of her classmates' parents were Harvard professors and had even won Nobel Prizes, and her own mother had never even completed high school. But she was determined and graduated from medical school in 1976. Her residency at Harlem Hospital followed after, then a fellowship in Brooklyn, after which she remained to practice medicine in the same Brooklyn neighborhood where she grew up. As she rendered diligent care and attention to her neighbors, Black medical students and junior faculty sought her out for inspiration and advice. She became a mentor to a generation of Brooklyn medical aspirants and a guiding force for local Black physician organizations. My mother was Dr. Dale Gloria Blackstock, the original Dr. Blackstock. She died when only 47 years old from acute myelogenous leukemia. I was only 19 years old, but she left a legacy for me to continue. Over the last 15 years of clinical practice, I have witnessed firsthand the disproportionate impact of health inequities and disparities on our most marginalized and vulnerable populations, typically Black communities. My mother's legacy inspires me to use my voice to advance health equity for our patients and to address the detrimental effects of systemic racism on health outcomes. A decade ago, the Department of Health and Human Services made to achieve health equity, eliminate disparities, and improve the health of all groups one of its goals for Healthy People 2020. It didn't come close. Black Americans continue to experience some of the worst health outcomes of any racial group. Black men have the shortest life expectancy, Black women have the highest maternal mortality rate, and Black babies have the highest infant mortality rates. Although Canada may not possess the same legacy of racial segregation and has universally funded healthcare, I am aware that anti-Black racism does exist in Canadian society, as do racialized health inequities. One of the main examples of bias by healthcare teams is how pain is perceived and treated in Black patients. I will emphasize that both explicit and implicit bias comes into play in these scenarios. Black patients' pain is routinely underrated and undertreated by clinicians. The undertreatment of pain has significant deleterious consequences, such as lost wages, decline in mental and emotional health, self-medication with counterfeit medications, and chronic stress. One of the promises in the Hippocratic Oath is do no harm. However, clinicians have routinely caused Black patients more harm by undertreating their pain. And over the last 5 months, we've witnessed a crisis layered upon a crisis, as Black communities across this country have borne the greatest burden of illness and death from the novel coronavirus. More than 1 in 1,350 Black Americans have died from coronavirus. If Black Americans had died at the same rate as white Americans, 17,000 Black Americans would still be alive today. In March, with my own eyes, I noticed the demographics of my patients in the urgent care clinic where I work rapidly shift from a racially and socioeconomically diverse population to mostly Black patients. Many of them were essential workers, bus drivers, subway conductors, grocery store workers, many with underlying medical problems like diabetes, high blood pressure, and asthma, and many with no other choice than to use public transportation. and many displaying typical COVID-19 symptoms. However, we did not have adequate testing supplies at the time to test them. I've been a physician for 15 years. I've worked in emergency departments with the sickest patients. I've never been as scared for my patients as I had been these past few months. Systemic racism, structural racism, through social and economic policies that disadvantage Black people, has placed Black people at risk for illness and death. It has been the key driving force behind the factors that determine an individual's and a community's health outcomes. In 2003, the Institute of Medicine's landmark report, Unequal Treatment, Confronting Racial and Ethnic Disparities in Healthcare, described the need to increase the proportion of minorities in the healthcare workforce to address healthcare disparities. As physicians and physicians-to-be, you will also need to understand how structural inequities have produced inequitable outcomes in our society, which then reinforce harmful stereotypes about marginalized communities, which are then used to justify inequitable practices. You will need to be reflective in your work on how, in your respective roles, you may perpetuate these structural inequities, and then assess how your bias shows up in patient care and organizational practices and policies. If we wish to address health inequity, we must recognize the root causes, among them racism, poverty, and inequality, and identify strategies at multiple levels, community, workforce, leadership, and systems to effect substantial change. Your work will become even more vital to the healthcare system for comprehensive treatment and preventive solutions. I look forward to seeing how you all will make your profound contributions to ending health inequities. Thank you again.
All right, didn't I tell you Dr. Blackstock was gonna bring the facts and she dropped it on us, didn't she? Yeah, let's give her a round of applause. You know, one of the things that she talked about, really, it goes down to, you know, race-based data. It's something that I've been fighting for and trying to advocate for and tell stories about, because when you don't have that race-based data, it's so easy for people to say that something is not happening, right? Like this situation is not affecting this community primarily. But once you are starting to track that data and you can start to see what's actually taking place, well, you can't run from it no more. You now have to, you're confronted with that big decision. How are you gonna fix it? And what are you gonna do to fix it? And I've said it before, a lot of people who are in positions of power, they don't wanna address a big issue like that big question, because you know what it takes? It requires hard work. And some people just don't have it in them. So there's just no, we appreciate you guys. We know that you guys are doing the hard work. It's not just me who appreciates you guys, but your parents, your aunties, your cousins, your village cousins, your friends. They've all been waiting for this moment, because in the next few weeks, you guys are gonna start walking down the halls, or I guess you're gonna be doing your stuff virtually for this next little while. But you know, it's remarkable. More than 40 Black students enrolled into med school. This after just 4 years ago, there was only one at the U of T. Take that in, just one. So this is massive, this is huge. And I wanna applaud everybody all the way from BC to Nova Scotia, because we are now gonna introduce to you the class of 2024. Come on now, you guys are the class of 2024. You guys should be excited. This is massive. So please help me welcome Dr. Bullard, staff physician at the University of Manitoba. And clearly, I don't know if you guys can see behind me, but I got a bottle of champagne, okay, sitting in that bucket. So by the end of this, we might have to pop some bottles. But before we do that, here's Dr. Bullard.
Hello, I'm Jared Bullard. I'm a pediatric infectious disease doctor and medical microbiologist here in Winnipeg, and associate professor at the University of Manitoba. First, I would like to welcome you to the sisterhood and brotherhood that is medicine. You've chosen a very special time to come into the practice, but you'll be finding that all the challenges are entirely worthwhile. Back when I graduated from medical school, I was one of 2 Black students. And so when I heard that 4 had graduated this past year in 2020, and another 3 will be incoming this year, I was very proud. You'll see that in particular when you deal with children, as I do, when they're of African or Black lineage, and they see you walk in the room, their eyes light up, and they're very excited to see their own representation. Without any further ado, I would like to welcome and introduce the incoming class of 2024.
Hi, my name's Naomi Obayomi, and I'll be attending the University of Ottawa this upcoming year. And a fun fact about myself would be that I'm a huge sports fan, and I love everything from fantasy basketball to women's flag football.
Hi, my name is Mohammed, and I am an incoming medical student at the University of Toronto. One fun fact about myself, well, before medicine, I was actually interested and en route into becoming a physicist.
My name is Opie Adeligba. I'm entering med at the University of Saskatchewan, and one fun fact about me, I went to school in Hawaii for a year.
Hi, my name is Samira Deuce. I'm a first-year medical student at the University of Toronto, and a fun fact about myself is that I enjoy hiking on the Bruce Trail.
Hi, my name is Edgar Akufuado, and I'll be attending medical school at U of T this fall. One fun fact about me is I was born and raised in Ghana.
Hello, my name is Erin Massem, and I'm really excited to be beginning my medical school journey at the University of Toronto this fall. A fun fact about me is that this summer during quarantine, I've really been trying to perfect my macaron recipe. So I've tried about 5 different flavors, and it took me 3 tries to get them perfect.
Hello, my name is Miski. I'm an incoming medical student at the University of Toronto. Fun fact about me, I am nearly 16 years older than my youngest sibling.
Hi everyone, my name is JC Dalsaw. I am starting medical school at the University of Toronto this fall. A fun fact about me is that I'm actually from the island of St. Lucia, and I moved to Canada when I was 15.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Dayo, but you can call me Liz. I just started medical school at the University of Calgary, and a fun fact about me is that I've lived in 5 countries: Nigeria, Lesotho, South Africa, Australia, and Canada.
Hi, so my name is Whitney Irayi Osas, and I'm starting medical school at the University of Calgary's Cumming School of Medicine. And I guess one fun fact about me is that I was actually named after Whitney Houston, but I always get asked this, and no, I unfortunately can't sing like her.
Hi, my name is Onyinye Esenwa. I will be attending the University of Toronto, and one fun fact about me is that I love adventure and I love new experiences, whether that's with food, with places, or culture.
Hi, my name is Nathalie Ewers, and I'm so excited to be starting at Dalhousie Medical School this year. One fun fact about me is that I'm kind of obsessed with rock climbing, so if you can't find me at the local library, you can definitely find me at the local climbing gym.
Hi, my name is Asli Fouad, and I will be starting at the University of Ottawa Faculty of Medicine in the French stream. And a fun fact about myself is that I really enjoy traveling and collecting globes everywhere I go.
Hi, my name is Sonia Igbonugo, and I am an incoming medical student at the University of Toronto. One fun fact about me is that this summer I have been learning Igbo, which is a major language in Nigeria.
Hi, my name is Nahid, and I will be entering my first year of medical school at the University of Toronto. And one fun fact about me is that I really love musicals.
My name is CJ Lindo. I'll be studying medicine at the University of Toronto, and a fun fact about myself is that I enjoy playing sports like soccer and hockey.
Hi, my name is Ruth Gessa, and I am an incoming first-year medical student at the University of Alberta. My fun fact is that I've been playing the tuba since I was 11 years old.
My name is Goodness Madu. I'm currently enrolled at the University of Toronto's medical school. And a fun fact about me is that I really love mangoes, but hate mango-flavored products, like mango-flavored ice cream or smoothies or popsicle and other types of products.
My name is Nicole McCarthy. I am an Alberta resident and an incoming medical student at the University of Toronto. A fun fact about me is that I love basketball.
Hello, my name is Akachuku Wakobi, but everyone calls me Aka. I'm going to be starting my first year of medical school at the University of Toronto. And a fun fact about me is that my name Akachuku actually comes from the Igbo tribe in Nigeria, and it means hand of God.
Hello, my name is Juliana Oguntala, and I'm an incoming medical student at the University of Toronto. A fun fact about myself is that I really enjoy cooking and baking and trying out different ingredients for different results each time. Sometimes the results are not the greatest, but hey, I'm still learning.
Hi, my name is Mohammed Omar. I will be studying medicine at the University of Saskatchewan. And a fun fact about me is that I played 4 years of varsity soccer during my undergraduate degree.
Hi everyone, my name is Beverly Asane, and I will be starting at the University of Toronto this coming fall. A fun fact about me is that I have 2 older siblings, and all 3 of us were born in a different continent. My older sister here in North America, my brother in Asia, and myself in Europe.
Hi, my name is Taina. I will start mid school at McGill. A fun fact about me is, well, I love watermelon. I am very expressive in my face. I make facial expressions. That's pretty much it.
Hi, my name is Kimberly Thomas. I'm going to be studying at UBC Faculty of Medicine. And one fun fact about me is I'm really passionate about the creative arts. So a lot of my work revolves around connecting stories, songs, and poetry with people's well-being.
Hello, my name is Clémence Ngolo-Zogo. I will be attending the University of Toronto in the fall, and a fun fact about me is I like interviewing photographers.
All right, that was amazing. I love that we got to find out a little bit more about you guys because, yeah, give yourselves a round of applause. I don't know if you guys all know each other personally, but now you kind of get to know a little bit about the background of each and every one of you, because I'm sure you guys can all probably relate to this. When you go into a profession like the one that you guys are going to go into, your lives are going to revolve around that. Your families, every time you go meet a new person, they're going to be like, that's my cousin. They're a doctor. That's my daughter. She a doctor. Right? You guys know what I'm talking about. You probably already feel it right now. So it's nice to uncover the layers a little bit and learn a little bit more about what you guys like to do in your spare time and what interests you. And that's what we're going to continue to do. We're actually going to meet a person, another incoming student who's going to be attending U of T. Her name is Fatima Roble, and she's had a unique journey getting into medicine. So please help me welcoming Fatima. How you doing today?
Hey everyone, I'm so excited to be here. I'm doing well. How are you, Brandon?
I'm doing well. I'm glad I get to be in your guys' presence and be able to share this time with you guys. So I'm doing good. I told you I got my champagne in the background. So I'm hoping that when DJ Starting From Scratch starts to drop the tunes that we're all gonna, you're gonna have to bust it down by yourselves, but we have a good time nonetheless. But Fatima, I want to hear about your journey, especially going into medical school. What was that like for you?
Well, I would say my journey started a long time ago. I think I was 16 years old when I first got exposure to medicine as a profession. Mm-hmm. And that was when I met a Black doctor. And that was through the summer mentorship program. I'm so lucky to be connected to different Black doctors, and the Black community has been so supportive to me throughout my journey. Mm-hmm. And once I did that shadowing, I knew medicine was what I wanted to do.
Tim, I want to ask you, when you first met that Black doctor, what was it like to see somebody in the profession that you wanted to go into who actually kind of looked like you?
Well, when I saw this Black doctor, I felt, well, I can do it too. So I was just very excited. I felt like I belonged in that room, even though I didn't typically think of myself as someone who could enter the health profession.
You know, I wanna hold on to those words that you said. You didn't think of yourself as someone who could enter the profession. I mean, how many times do we hear that where, you know, young Black, you know, guys, young Black girls, they say, I don't think I can go into this because I don't ever see anybody who looks like this. I felt that same thing when I wanted to go into media. There was like one person on the TV screen, his name was Dwight Drummond, who looked like me. He used to wear earrings. I used to have earrings. And I said, damn, this guy is wearing earrings on the news and, you know, on both ears. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. But let's talk about it because your background is Somali Canadian. So what does it mean for you to be Somali Canadian and going into medicine?
Well, all Black peoples are underrepresented in medicine, but I would say the Somali Canadian experience is kind of unique. Somalis came to Canada and typically around the GTA in the 90s, fleeing civil war and instability. And so when my parents came here and lots of other Somali families came here, they lacked a lot of resources as Black people and as newcomers. And so it means the world to me that I was able to achieve this goal and have my parents behind me throughout my entire journey.
Wow. You know, Fatima, I also want to ask you, because you're part of history. This is an historical moment that we're witnessing right now, and it's why so many people are excited. And so what does it mean to you to be a part of all of this?
It is just so great. I am so glad to have like the community behind me and to have been celebrated right from the day I got accepted on May 12th up till tonight. And I'm sure the love and outpouring will continue to come. So I'm just so happy to be a part of this kind of community. And I'm happy to be seeing the changes that are occurring now. But I know that doesn't mean that barriers don't exist. Barriers still exist, and we still need to continue to dismantle the oppression that our people are facing. So let's take tonight to celebrate first.
Yeah, I love that you said that, you know, those barriers still exist, but take a look, because now more than 40 people, as you embark on this journey, once you complete this journey, imagine what the next generation is going to have at their disposal, right? Like that's something to be excited for. Okay, before we wrap up this interview, you know, I like to uncover the layers a little bit. So you said you're going to celebrate. How are you going to celebrate other than partying with DJ starting from scratch later on tonight? What else are you going to do over the course of the next 2 weeks before you start school? And tell us 3 things we do not know about you. And don't worry, this is a safe zone, so be fully honest.
Can someone unmute me? Okay. Yes, I'm now unmuted. I am gonna, because I am moving out to start medical school, I want to spend as much time with my family as I can. So that's really important to me. And that's how I'm gonna choose to celebrate. I guess the celebration does look different because of COVID, but just kind of being with community, even virtually, is important to me. And my 3 fun facts, I would say I'm a really big foodie, so that's 1. Number 2, I come from a really big family. And number 3, I like to hike.
Okay. All right. Well, everybody, that's Fatima Robo. Give her a round of applause. I hope you guys stay connected. Please do so. And because, you know, this is an historic moment, and we did say that we want to take some photos. You guys have your screens up right now. Do you guys know how to take a screenshot on your computer? Yeah? Put your hands up if you know how to do so. Okay, I don't know how to do so, so I'm gonna take it with my phone. But if you want to take a quick screenshot right now, because we want to do like a massive selfie, and then we also want to post it to social media, again, using that hashtag #CelebrateBlackMed. So everybody, if you want to smile, you can show your smile. If you don't want to smile, you don't have to show your smile. Femi, I'm looking at you. You don't seem like you're smiling right now. Now Femi's smiling. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to call people out one by one. JC, let me see your smile. There you go. Okay, so everybody take your screenshot right now. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. You guys look great. And we're going to post that to social media. We're going to use that hashtag #CelebrateBlackMed. Okay, the next person who I want to introduce you guys to is Dr. Teresa Semalulu. She's the president of the Black Resident Physicians of Ontario, and she has a message for all of you guys. So take a listen.
Hi, my name is Teresa Semalulu. I'm a third-year internal medicine resident at McMaster University. I'm also the president of the Black Resident Physicians of Ontario, which is the resident subgroup of the BPAO. I'm here on behalf of the Black Residents of Ontario to extend the congratulations to our new Black medical trainees. This is a very exciting time and a huge accomplishment, and we look forward to working with you throughout your medical training. I'd also like to welcome the incoming PGY1s to residency. We have touched base with many of you, but if you haven't been able to connect with the group or join our WhatsApp group, just send an email to us at brpoinfo@gmail.com. Finally, I'd like to send a big congratulations to our residents who have moved on to the next steps of their training or who have actually completed their training and are starting practice. It's a huge accomplishment. We'll continue to look up to you, and we look forward to working with you as our future staff or our future colleagues in the community. I will let you all introduce yourselves, but congratulations.
Alrighty, thank you, Dr. Semalulu. Let's give her a round of applause as well. And she talked about the residents who have taken that next step. So I think it's time we acknowledge them and show some love to them. And they just started a few weeks ago. So with a welcome message for them, here's Dr. Neil Isaac.
Hello, everyone. My name is Neil Isaac, and I'm a radiologist at North York General Hospital in Toronto. I want to welcome all the new residents who started residency last month. I know residency can be challenging, and potentially for some even more challenging as a racialized individual. Remember, you have worked hard to be here, and you more than deserve to be here. It is an honor to teach you, and I look forward to the day we can be colleagues. Congratulations to the class of 2020.
My name is Amir Ali. I'm a graduate of the University of Manitoba, Max Rady College of Medicine, and I'm now a first-year emergency medicine resident at the University of Toronto.
Hi, my name is Johanna Askenom. I am a University of Manitoba graduate. I matched to family medicine at the University of Toronto, specifically St. Joseph's Health Centre.
Hello, my name is Malaika Awori. I graduated in medicine from McGill, and I'm currently a first-year family medicine resident, also at McGill.
Hey everyone, I'm Angeline DeBrains. I graduated from UBC's Island Medical Program, and now I'm doing my family medicine residency through U of A in Edmonton. Congrats to all the Black grads out there, to all my brothers and sisters. We did it. Now let's represent.
Hi everyone, my name is Rania Fasher and I recently graduated from Dalhousie Faculty of Medicine. I am currently a first-year resident in anesthesia at Dalhousie.
Hi, my name is Kelly Hennigan, and I just graduated from McGill University. Right now, I'm an R1 in family medicine at McGill as well. Congrats to all my fellow grads.
Hi, my name is Armin Christina Leo. I graduated from University of Montreal. I'm now doing emergency medicine at McGill.
Hi everyone, my name is Liba Mohammed. I'm a recent graduate of Memorial University of Newfoundland, and my residency program is anesthesiology at the University of Alberta.
Hi, my name is Elvis Ramon Mukukwi, and I graduated from University in Montreal. I'm now pursuing my residency training at McGill in psychiatry.
My name is Emmanuel Odunton. I am a graduate from the University of Saskatchewan. I am a psychiatry resident here in Saskatoon.
My name is Henry Obomo, a PGY1 in family medicine at the University of Calgary. I also did my med school at the University of Calgary.
I'm Shiko Ariwa. I graduated from the University of Toronto Faculty of Medicine, and I'm currently a first-year psychiatry resident also at the University of Toronto.
My name's Michelle Akuya Amonima Kwe. I graduated from the University of Western Ontario, and I'm currently a resident at Queen's University in public health and preventive medicine, including family medicine.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Richards, and I graduated from the Dalhousie University School of Medicine in Halifax, Nova Scotia in 2020. I'm currently training in family medicine at the University of Toronto.
Hi, my name is Flavia Sandy Mukasa, and I completed a family medicine residency in Ottawa. I'll be starting a fellowship in Ottawa in enhanced maternity skills.
Hi everyone, my name is Chris Shamatutu. I graduated from UBC's Vancouver Medical Program, and I am doing my residency at UBC in internal medicine here in Vancouver, and I'm very excited, and congrats to everyone for graduating. Excited to see where life holds.
Hi, my name is Aishin Tago, and I'm a graduate of the University of Manitoba, and I'm matched to internal medicine at McMaster University.
Hi, my name is Helen Teklamariam. I graduated from the University of Manitoba, and I'm a PGY1 in family medicine at the University of Toronto.
Oh, I love the family. I love the family in Neil's screen right there. The entire family right now is watching and they were applauding. Come on, guys. That's a look at all the resident doctors across the country. That's gonna be you guys literally so soon. So you're gonna have to do those videos again. That's inspiring to see, and I hope that was inspiring for you guys at the same time. You know, sometimes us here in Toronto, if you live in the GTA, you can feel it as well. We tend to focus on what's just happening in the Toronto area and not give enough focus and shine enough spotlight on all of our friends and families and all you amazing people in other parts of the country. So I just wanted to let you know that we are recognizing that, because for us here in the GTA, because it's so diverse, some of us have had the opportunity to maybe meet one Black doctor. I'm not gonna say two, because let's be honest, it's still, we need to see more representation there. But I do wanna talk to someone who did not grow up in the Greater Toronto area about their experience, and that is Dr. Helen Teklamariam. So please welcome Dr. Teklamariam. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I appreciate you joining us. I know you were born and raised in Winnipeg, the Peg. I actually had an opportunity to live out west in the prairies as well in Regina, and I visited Winnipeg quite often. So shout out to you for braving those cold winters. But what was it like growing up in Winnipeg?
Winnipeg is a nice little city. There's a lot of really great people there. Hot, mosquito-filled winters and very cold summers. But it was a really nice place to live, yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm glad you put a nice positive outlook on that. We read between the lines there. But I also know growing up, it probably was difficult to find a doctor who looked like you. Were you able to do that? Did you have any doctors that looked like you?
No, so I actually didn't, and actually still don't know any Black female doctors that live in Manitoba. So growing up, it was definitely more difficult to envision myself in the field of medicine. I still felt quite determined from the beginning, but I think it definitely was a barrier to not be able to actually see anyone that looked like me in the field. It was a little bit more challenging to find mentors that I feel that I truly identified with leading up to medical school. Because people tend to find mentors that they know or they trust or their family knows, people that look like them, have the same aspirations as them. So I found some challenges when I wasn't able to see anyone in medicine that looked like me.
Did that play into your decision to want to go into medicine?
I would say no. And that's mostly because I had parents that were lucky enough to have pursued post-secondary education in Eritrea before they came as refugees to Canada. So they always really emphasized education. It definitely made it challenging, but I still felt motivated to go into medicine. And once I got to medical school, I felt very motivated to improve the situation for other people that look like me that wanted to aspire to go into medical school. So I was really motivated to do my part to try to improve the environment for incoming or aspiring medical students and doctors. So me and my colleagues, my Black classmates, there was 4 of us in my year. We worked on things like creating a Black Health Symposium in Manitoba to try to get kids in the community in high school and undergrad to just meet us and learn about medicine. So the first couple of barriers would be decreased, and they had our contact information so they could feel like they knew someone that looked like them and had their back when they were applying.
You know, we have a profound amount of Black excellence on the screen right now. They're going to be going into medical school very, very soon. Do you have any piece of advice you'd want to share with them right now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great question. I think if there was one thing that I would recommend, it's to try to find a really good mentor. So outside of the Toronto area, you might not find as many Black doctors or a doctor that looks just like you, but there are really great allied physicians out there who will still support your advocacy efforts and who will root for you. So I would recommend going out and trying to find those people the best you can, people that have the same type of end goal as you, and even though they might not look like you, they can still help you a lot throughout your journey.
All right, that's Dr. Helen Teklemariam. Thank you for joining us today and providing those words of wisdom. Give her a round of applause, everyone. All the way from the PEG. Shout out to Winnipeg. So as you guys can see, we're really trying to take a voyage to the different stages of medical training. And we want to move on to that next stage. So we actually have a video of all the doctors that are out in their own practice or in fellowship. And we also have Dr. Kareem Morant to welcome you into practice. Watch this.
Hello, everyone. I just want to say a huge congratulations to my new colleagues who are graduating from residency and going into fellowship, or who are leaving fellowship and entering to practice. You should be proud of yourself. This is a huge feat and something to be celebrated. I'll give you a few words of advice. First, to my colleagues who are leaving residency and entering to fellowship. Take your time to really enjoy it, hone your skills, and become an expert in whatever field you choose. This will be invaluable for the rest of your career, and particularly getting you into the right position at whatever hospital or practice you choose. To those who are entering practice, welcome to the real world, as they call it. It won't always be fun. There'll be many lessons to learn. But you'll get through. There'll be lots of lessons to be learned about how to interact with those who may be working for you at your practice, or also learning about the business of medicine, which is not always fun. But to both groups, I want to say you may be entering to times where there's a lot of uncertainty, worrying about exams coming up, or worrying about getting that perfect job, finding that perfect place to live, and dealing with starting families, etc. But I can say that things usually work out for everyone who works really hard and stays optimistic. So I've had many ups and downs, but I can say that through it so far, everything's worked out for me, so I'm sure it'll work out for you. I wish you all the best, and congrats again, and look forward to being colleagues in the future.
Hi, my name is Kiki Akin-Bobola, and I'm a recent graduate at the University of Ottawa Family Medicine program.
Hello, I'm Adil Adari. I recently completed my family medicine residency at the University of Ottawa, and I'm currently a locum physician at Renfrew County.
Hi everyone, my name's Leah Jones. I'm from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. I just graduated from the family medicine program at McMaster University. I just moved from Hamilton to Ottawa a couple days ago, and I'm about to start a short locum just outside the city. So shout out to anyone in Ottawa who wants to be friends. Hi everyone, my name's Dr. Cindy Ochang. I recently graduated from McMaster University's Family Medicine Residency Program. And I'm excited to let you know that I'm working at Parkdale Queen West Community Health Center in Toronto, where I'll get to focus more on my interest in health equity and anti-oppression work when it comes to medicine.
Hello, everyone. My name is Imokai. I just finished an internal medicine residency in Calgary, and I've just started a general internal medicine fellowship in Kingston, Ontario at Queen's.
Alrighty, let's give them all a round of applause. Alrighty, I know you guys are going to be in great hands, and one of the things that you heard is about reaching out for mentorship and just stay connected. I'm just going to give you guys just a little bit about personal, like what it is for Black media professionals, in the city of Toronto, which is the largest city in this country, the largest media market. In terms of your hands, if you guys want to raise your hands, how many reporters, Black reporters, do you think there are in the city of Toronto for TV? 10? Okay, I'm seeing 10, I'm seeing 2, I'm seeing 5, 3, 5, 8, 5. Yeah, okay, there are 5. 5 in the field on TV. Take that in, 5. So when I tell you, use this opportunity to connect with each other, rely on each other, share best practices. Sometimes you're gonna wanna vent. You're gonna have some difficult days. Rely on each other because you guys are all gonna go through very similar experiences. And sometimes you can also just share words of wisdom, words of advice. And sometimes you might even have to have a cry. It's okay to cry, right? You guys should know, they're gonna be the medical professionals. It's okay to let it out sometimes, but also just to lean on each other because you're gonna go into spaces where it's gonna be difficult, it's gonna be tough, but if you can rely on each other and hold each other up, you guys are gonna be great. And this is why I wanna say that, because I wanted to introduce our final speech of the day before we can finally get this party started and really let loose. And this is from Dr. Jola O'Malley. So please give her a warm, warm welcome.
Hi, everyone. So as Mr. Gomez said, I'm Dr. Mojola O'Malley, and good evening. I hope everyone's having a really great time so far. I'm the outreach coordinator for BPAO. And so this event was a brainchild of our president, Dr. Onye Norum, and me after we learned about the amazing amount of medical students that were entering medical school this year. Unfortunately, usually we have a summer affair where we have drinks and we're outside on the patio and we get to welcome you guys in person. But because of COVID, we have to do this virtually. So hopefully once this is over, we can all meet up so we can get to know you guys all personally. BPAO itself has worked tirelessly to help undergrad students to have the same advantages as non-racialized groups when we're applying to get into medical school. We are proud to say that we've mentored 12 students who secured interviews, and all of them got into medical school in Ontario and one in the US. This would not be possible without mentors such as Noelle Richardson, Dr. Sherry Ann Clark, Dr. Fatima Osman, Dr. Taslim Nimji, Dr. Renee Beach, Dr. Sean Wharton, Dr. Neil Isaac, Dr. Kareem Morant, Dr. Usman Hamid, Dr. Harpreet Grover, Eval Williams, and my brother also helped out with interviewing, Femi Amale. And all of them took time and personally interviewed numerous students, and the result is part of what we're seeing tonight. I'm also extremely proud of all of you guys because you guys have worked really hard, and oftentimes I pushed you very hard in making sure that you get out of your comfort zones when you're answering your questions. And I'm proud that one day I'm going to call you guys my colleagues. Once I agreed to do this event, I kind of got very excited and it became very big. And I think I bit off more than I can possibly chew. But I was grateful that so many people have stepped up to making this event a success. And this is not in any particular order, but I want to thank Dr. Neil Isaac again, Toyami Okwaluwa Caleb's, Latoya Powell, who's helped with all of our advertising on Twitter and Instagram, Balade Shikbaolu, Sadiq Mola, Helen Tekla-Mariam, BMSAC and BMSA. I have to say a very special thank you to Zainab Dolib, who has been on vacation, and I know she's overstretched in research and all the things that she's doing in the summer. but I semi-bullied her, and she has been phenomenal in spearheading our advertising for this event. And in that vein, I also have to thank Samir Bole, Priscilla Cunningham, Iko Musu, and finally, this would not all have been wonderful if it wasn't for Mr. Obadiah George, who is our technical support, who has gone above and beyond and replies to my emails, which usually are like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And he's just been phenomenal. And he put together all the videos and all the song and set all of this up. So there's no words to express how grateful we are, but I just want to say thank you from BPAO, from all of us, for putting this event together. That's about it from me. Brandon is going to do some wrap up. So the after party is going to be on Twitch. I'm going to post the link in the chat. Download the app so you can talk. It's DJ Starting from Scratch, and I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, let's give Dr. Mole a round of applause. All right, you guys ready to party? You guys ready to party? Before we start this party, I just want to, honestly, I just want to say, guys, thank you for having me as your host. You guys know I'm so, so proud of you guys. You know you're going to have a tough road ahead, and I know it's not going to be easy. I've never been through it, but I do have a cousin. Her name is Dr. Trudy McFarlane. She currently practices. She's a physician in Nova Scotia in the town of Shelburne. I'm so proud of her. I've seen all that she had to go through to get to where she is. And when I say, like, once you can wear that white coat, it's going to be amazing. So guys, don't even worry about that right now. Turn up your speakers, get your alcohol, please drink responsibly, okay? And have a grand old time. This is about you, so enjoy it. DJ Starting from Scratch is next.
Hi, everyone. So this part of the event is over. So then you can literally just switch over to Twitch, and that's where the DJ is going to be. I posted the link in the chat, or you can just go to bpao.org/celebration, and you can just click on the link there, okay? Sounds good? All right, good night, guys. See you later. Bye.
And don't forget to post your photos. Post your photos. #CelebrateBlackMed. All right?